morning children. Welcome to the online class. How are you children? Children, in our previous class we have discussed two contact forces children. Actually there are four contact forces, but we have discussed only two contact forces in that class. So once we recall what two contact forces we have discussed in the previous class. So the first contact force is muscular force. Muscular force. So children, this muscular force is the first contact force. Where we use this muscular force here? Simple, it's simple. We use in our daily activities, in our day-to-day activities. If you want to eat food, if you want to brush, if you want to write with a chalk on a board, if you want to write with a pen, if you want to walk, we need muscular force here. There is a definition for muscular force. The force which we exert by using our body muscles. By using our body muscles is called muscular force. With the help of muscles only, we are able to do or perform a number of activities. The second contact force is force of friction. Force of friction. So what is friction children? Friction is a contact force children. So I was right now directly contacted with the surface of the land. If there is no frictional force, I cannot able to stand. I may slip like this. If I am able to write this entire sentence on the board means there is a direct physical contact between this chalk piece and on the board. So that is friction. If there is no friction, I cannot able to write with this chalk piece on the board children. You may see many accidents occur on a rainy season. Why? The road gets wet and the friction is absent completely there and all the vehicles may skid. And you also experience when you step on the muddy areas, then you can see your body may skid because there is no friction at all. The friction is absent. So children, friction is always acts in the opposite direction. Means if I am moving like this, the friction may act for me on the opposite direction. So here is a person, he wants to move in the forward direction, and if he is moving in the forward direction, the frictional force, that is nothing but F, frictional force, is acting in the opposite direction. So if it is more, we cannot able to move because on the land the friction is more. We cannot able to move because on the land there are many ups and downs. The land is not even. Okay children. So friction always acts in the opposite direction to the movement of a body. So there is a definition for friction. Friction is the resistance. Resistance means stop. Making a body or any object to stop. Friction is the resistance to the movement. Movement means moving of an object or body children. Okay children. Next contact. The third contact force is normal force. Normal force. So children, what is normal force? So here I am taking a short table. You consider this as a table. And on the table I have placed a 8th class PS textbook. So children, the textbook is lying on the table children right now. Is there any force acting on that book children? I am asking, is there any force acting on the book? Yes children, the gravitational force. Children, if suddenly I made a magic, abracadabra, the entire table was disappeared, then what will happen children? The book will fall down. Why it is falling? Because the gravitational force pulls the book to down children. Understand? If the table is present, why the book is not falling? Because the table is giving support children. The table is giving support to the PS textbook not to fall down. What was the force exerted by the gravity? So it always supported the textbook in the upward direction. Means the table is giving support to the PS textbook in the upward direction, and the same way the gravitational force makes this PS textbook to fall down in the downward direction. Both these forces are in opposite direction. One is in the upward direction and the other one is the downward direction. And their magnitude is same, children. Magnitude means you know that force is always measured in newtons. If suppose I am applying some force on this board, that is measured in newtons. So here gravity applies 9.8 newtons. And the same way the table is also applying normal force here, N equal to normal force 9.8 newtons. Both 9.8 minus 9.8. What is the value, children? It is 0. It was balanced. Both the forces are balanced, but they are acting in the opposite direction. If they does like that, the PS textbook is in the equilibrium position, means the state of being stable. It never falls down. Even if you come after 1000 years, the book is lying on the table like that only. Okay, children, there is a definition for normal force. The force exerted by solid surface on an object against gravity in normal direction is called normal force. So children, here the force exerted, exert means applying, by the solid surface. Who is the solid surface? The table surface is the solid surface on an object. So this is our PS textbook is an object against gravity. Yes, it is supporting the PS textbook against the force of gravity in the normal direction. Yes, it is in the upward direction. This is called normal force, children. Okay, children. Next, we will see the last contact force, that is tension. So children, the fourth contact force is tension. So children, here I am taking a irregular stone and I am tying the thread. Other end of the thread is given to a seam. Right now this stone is suspended freely in air, children. Even though it is suspended in air, some force is acting on this stone. Again, can you say that? That is nothing but gravitational force. Gravitational force is again acting here. Children, okay, but it is not falling. Who is giving support? The thread itself giving the support to the stone, not able to fall down, children. So this thread acts along in upward direction. So children, the thread is continuously giving support to the stone, acts along in upward direction. The stone acts in the upward direction and gravity acts to the downward direction. If suddenly I have done any magic upward, the thread may be cut and it may fall down due to the gravity. Again, here too, both the forces are balanced, children, because whatever the gravity is applying is 9.8 newtons. The tension, the thread also along its direction gives 9.8 newtons, means applying 9.8 newtons. 9.8. What it will be? It will be 0. So both forces are balanced here, but they are acting in the opposite directions. Here too, the stone stably in condition. Means it is not falling down, children. So by this we have completed the 4 contact forces, children. Next we will see the non-contact force. Okay, children. Non-contact force means field force. These are all come under the contact forces. Right now, these forces come under the field forces. What are the three field forces, children? One is magnetic force. So children, in today's class, we will discuss magnetic force under field forces. So children, you want to take, I'll just explain children, you want to take a bowl and you want to insert or fill the bowl with some water. Later, you need to take two sewing needles. You know that needles, big needles like this. So this is one needle and the other one is this needle. Right now, you take a magnetic bar. You know that. You take the bar magnet and induce the field like this. Make the magnet to move along the needle. If you do like that, what happens? The needle gets magnetic field, children. It too acts as a magnetic field. You know many times we have done. Our kidney bank is filled with money. Then we are not supposed to open it. Yes or no? At that time, we use screwdrivers or any other iron objects by magnetize and we will take that money up. Yes or no? We have done that. So here too, the needles get magnetized when we apply magnetic force by the bar magnet. So children, you take the foam balls. You know that foam balls. Yeah, here you want to take these two colored foam balls. So red and white. The first color is red and the second color is white. You take white color foam ball and insert to the southern part. Okay, children. And you take red color foam ball and insert to the north direction. How can you say, sir, that this needle acts as this one end of the needle acts as a south and the other end of the needle acts as a north? Because when you induce magnetic field on any of the iron object, it acts in the north-south direction. If we bring a compass near to it, we can see that this direction acts as a north and this direction acts as a south. Same apply, the same. This is red and this is white. For this needle to you apply the red color and white color foam balls. So children, right now you take both these needles and keep it inside of the water. So what will happen? Both the needles go sideways of the bowl, children. Why means? Because these two were in the magnetic field. Like poles repel each other. You know that according to magnetic property, like poles repel each other and unlike poles attract each other. So red colored foam ball, red colored foam ball. What it will happen? Repels each other. They go farther to each other. And when you replace this needle in the other direction, means north and south and north, then they get attracted because they are unlike poles. Understand? This force exists here is not a contact force, children. It is a field force. The force is existed here, but it is a field force, children. In our next class, we'll see electrostatic force. Electrostatic force, and the third one is gravitational force. So, children, by the magnetic force, what you have understand is that. So, children, by this you can understand that like poles repel each other and unlike poles attract each other, children. So, we'll discuss next two forces in our next further class. Thank you.